All right, guys. So we don't always find everything at thrift stores. In this example, we bought these on the internet. $500, actually $508 shipping included is what we paid for all this. I'm just going to go through this and kind of break it down for you. Hopefully in 3 to 5 minutes, we'll see how it goes. So these are really hard to find. This is a poison cuff. Isn't that cool? So you can stash some poison in there, and maybe you're out eating with somebody. You got this on your wrist. Drop, drop. Good night. This is sterling silver. It's marked right there in the middle. These have all been tested, and so what we've done is we found a supplier that's out west, and they come across these things a little more common than we do here in the South. And I like to have these on hand because people around here love this stuff. This one needs to be straightened out a little bit. I've got a few tools. I'll straighten that out, make it look real nice. In silver, we've probably got about $400 in silver. We're going to get the premium, so, you know, sometimes you got to spend a little more to make a little more and get something a little different. Here is one that men could wear, or unisex. It says Victory right there, which is kind of cool, with the eagle. This is all hand chased. This probably weighs about a ½ ounce. Nice little piece there. This one, these are fairly common. You might come across these in costume jewelry. It looks gold, but it's actually silver. And they're usually marked underneath right here on the clasp, or sometimes it'll be stamped. This one's stamped right there. This one's got a little bit of a faceted design. You know, it might sell. It also might just get scrapped. It's not too interesting. Okay, here we've got another, this is kind of like a cuff bracelet. Flips like that. You put it on like that. Marked on the inside right there, 925. Now this one has a maker's mark, so what we'll do is we'll go online, we'll identify that maker, and we'll determine if this factory, if this stuff is selling. If it's not, we'll break this one down and scrap it. This is either jet, they call it jet, it's just black, or it's onyx, one of the two. It also could be a synthetic fill material. Again, not really anything special. We bought this lot mainly for the poison cuffs because they're so uncommon. Here is a cross poison cuff. Okay. Now, some people might be like, well, they might not have put poison in there. They might put some. They could have, but the whole idea is you're hiding something. And this one has a lot of hand chasing, if you look here. Very, very good detail. Marked right there in 925. All right. Now, this one here is really nice. This is probably the nicest one in the mix. This turquoise is a really good turquoise. Now, if you look, the stone's kind of risen on one side, so these are soft. You can just press it, and it'll fall down in there. One of my favorites. This turquoise is nice. Now, if you look, the turquoise has shifted a little bit. That's okay. Just be honest with your buyer and mention that. Or you might be able to push it down. Sometimes you can push it back down. I pushed it a little bit there. You can kind of tell. But this one's signed on the back, EB. We'll look that up. We'll determine who that is, and then we'll list this one online. This one will sell for a premium because it probably is Native American made. That's a good piece. That's probably a $200 piece right there. Okay. This one is really nice. Now this one is an old school style. You've got, basically it's like gold vermil, a gold overlay. It doesn't have much gold value, but it just gives it that gold look. And then you got your handwork here, and these nice little, kind of like jade. They're not cold to the touch, so they might be synthetic, but this is just really well made. And there's your old school stamp. Anytime you see a stamp like that, it's very old school. 925. That one, you know, might sell for 150. I didn't really tell you the prices on the other ones, but we're gonna make our money back, plus about $200, I think. Yeah, we paid a little more. This is jade. It's very cold to the touch. It's also marked right there, BBJ. I'll have to look that up and see who that is. Sometimes you pay a little more to get different type of stuff in your store for your audience, and that's what I do. I have no problem selling this stuff. And, you know, if we broke even, that wouldn't be horrible. We're not going to lose money, though. This is a very interesting piece. Kind of looks like a tiger eye, but it's more of like almost a wood-colored, like brown. It still might be a tiger eye. It's marked sterling on the back. And then in the mix was also this ring. This is a pretty cool ring. It is coral. You can see the coral stalk right there, the detail. And this is a sterling silver ring. So all in all, we got about $400 worth of sterling. for $500, but that's just the sterling material. We'll sell these for a premium. I think 200, 150, probably another 200, probably another 200. So that's 2, 4, 6, 750. And then these are going to be our common ones. I think this one will go for 85 to 100. It might go for a little more. I have to look at the victory. Sometimes if it's a certain character or figure, it might bring a little premium. And then another 250, the pentagram star. It's probably going to be a premium, 250, 300. We'll make a little bit. But worst case scenario, we get our money back and we move on from it. Those are sometimes the things you need to do as a reseller. Just move on from it. But we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. I'm also now a licensed precious metals dealer in my state. So I can buy and sell from my retail establishment and then send that off and melt it if I need to. And I get paid a pretty good percentage now as a dealer. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for checking us out, and tune in tomorrow, see what changes.